I just got in Amazon's newest and greatest and most innovative Fire Stick ever released, the HD model. Now that's how I would like this intro to go, but the fact is, this thing is embarrassing. Let's talk about it. Really quickly, before we get into today's spicy video, I'm gonna goal to hit 300K subs by the end of the year. I try to help people like you, just you watching this video, save money on streaming services and avoid buying devices like this. If you wanna support that, just subscribe down below. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this product, but we do have to take a look at it first. So let's start by unboxing it. We're gonna be going over the specs, what I like, what I don't like, and everything like that. So make sure you stick around. Uh, Classic Amazon packaging, and what you're gonna notice, even slimmer than their previous packaging. So they're even saving money here too. But there's one other thing you're gonna notice as well as we go through this. So there you go, Fire Stick HD right there. We got the back side to it. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up here. We have the manual, another manual, and then inside we have our remote, and right here is the main Fire Stick HD. Now, what you're going to notice, this is actually significantly smaller than other models. Let me show you. So this has actually been one of Amazon's biggest flex on this, that it's actually slimmer, and it's definitely slimmer. It ends up being half the size almost of a classic Fire Stick. Check that out right there. But let me ask you this serious question. This is a device that plugs into the back of your TV. I mean, do we care that it is slightly slimmer in any way? Ugh, come on, Amazon. Are you guys even trying at this point? Okay, look at what else we get. We get two batteries, pretty classic, right? I always appreciate Amazon includes batteries, and you get the nice Amazon remote right here. So pretty classic here. Now, what you're going to notice is we have the power cord, which sure, great, nice to have a power cord here. But aren't we missing something? Oh, we're missing the power block. Well, this is one of the new features of the Fire Stick HD that they claim. Well, you can power this directly up from your TV's USB port. I have always powered my Fire Sticks in my TV's USB port. Sometimes you might get a low power warning when you're doing an update, but it's always worked. So now it's an excuse for them to actually not include a block, which means they are saving even more money. And if your TV, for whatever reason, doesn't have an USB port, or you're using a device that doesn't have one, well, now you have to get a power block as well. Great job, Amazon. Now, before we actually plug this in and try this out, let's talk about the specs. Now, it has the same 8 gigabytes of storage, so nothing's changed there. That's pretty standard. This is, of course, an HD stick, which, yes, means it is not 4K compatible. This will only display HD 1080p content. The other change is that this is using Amazon's new Fire TV experience, which I do actually like, except for the fact this runs a Vega OS version of it, which I'm going to let my friend Freetech right here explain why that's bad.
The key features, it is Vega enabled, so it's running on Vega OS, same as the Fire TV Stick 4K Select, so you won't be able to sideload apps onto it.
Yeah, you can't sideload on it. You can't put any third-party apps. And that doesn't necessarily mean sketchy ones. This could be anything. You are fully in the grasp of whatever Amazon has available in their app store. And yes, you get all of the big official streaming apps, but not every single company has already created a version for Vega OS, meaning there's a lot of apps that are available in the official Amazon App Store for regular Fire TV devices you won't get in this one. Now, Amazon makes one other funny claim, but let's go ahead and plug this in and give it a try. Okay, we are on the main Fire Stick HD, and we're going to do a little walk through the operating system. We'll take a look at it, kind of move through it a little bit, see if there's any lag that we notice. But on the topic of lag, there is one more feature that Amazon really boasts about. And I have this article from PC Mag because I thought it was really funny. So they mentioned the USB port first, but it's this other part that really caught my eye. Amazon says to expect noticeable speed improvements, 30% faster. That's right, 30% faster compared to the last gen, meaning apps and content should boot up quicker. That's a needed improvement, according to PC Mag. Well, first of all, this does not run anything that needs a faster device. The Firestick HD opened everything up just fine. I never noticed any lag or anything considerable to worry about. Uh, Second of all, what makes this 30% faster? What did you change? Now, the only thing is that this is running Vega OS, and meaning it's a lighter weight operating system. There's less going on, which means it very well might operate 30% faster in a sort of way. Is that going to translate to any sort of meaningful change for you? No, probably not. You're never going to notice it in 99% of cases. So it just feels so disingenuous and like they're just trying every marketing tactic to get you to buy this because it's new. And they really want you to get Vega. So it's not something they're going to slap on there like only runs Vega. And most people don't know what that means, except for you guys, because you watch my channel. All right, let's go ahead and look through this thing really quick. Now, I have to admit, I like the new Fire TV OS experience. I just wish it was Android based. I just wish it was regular Fire TV. Why couldn't we keep it? And I will admit as well, it does scroll very well, just like the last device. I mean, look at this scrolling right here. This is high level scrolling. That's as fast as it goes. But yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we expected. So, even when we open up an app, we can't expect super quick speeds. I just clicked on it. Well, that still took decently long. Well, let's download it. Let's give it a chance here. Okay, let's open it up. Yeah, that was pretty quick, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that took any longer than anything else. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is when we go into settings here, one thing I want to take a look at is the storage and how much is being used up by the operating system. Because this is a lighter weight operating system, are we saving even more storage? So we're going to go to My Fire TV here. There should be storage. Nope, wrong spot. Where are we going here? Oh, applications. That's where we're going to go for storage. My bad, guys. It's been a minute. Right here. So we can see there is 5.2 gigabytes available. And that is a lot more than you would typically get with a Fire Stick after the operating system, which, yeah, it means Vega is way more lightweight. Now, if we head to My Fire TV, this is something I noticed. They have a developer's options, but it says to enable developer's options to get started with development of Fire TV apps, click here. So it looks like you can still enable it, but what does this mean? So let me go to this link right here. And so what I'm putting on this screen is how they're taking you to an Amazon developer webpage where you can build apps for Vega OS. And that's all you're getting here. So no, this is not developers options in the traditional sense. It really is just trying to get developers to try and get more apps for their Fire TV because their app store really doesn't have a ton in it. So if we head over and we want to go to, where are we going here? Here, sure, let's go to search. And so we go to their app store, and what you'll notice is there's just not a lot of content. Like there's not a lot of apps at all. In fact, I believe, I don't know if they've changed it yet. I thought they added IP Vanish or VPNs were close to being added, but let's type in IP Vanish. Okay, IP Vanish is in there now. Now, one app you're not going to see in there, I believe, is, let's type it in. And the reason for this is I think they're only going to allow, yeah, so there's no downloader. There's social video downloader. I don't even know what that is. So yeah, it's just there's nothing in here. It's pretty bare bones. You're gonna get official streaming apps, and that's it. I personally think this thing is an embarrassment. I don't even know why they released this as is. I mean, I know why. They want to maximize money, and they know releasing a device every year is going to give them a boost in sales because people are gonna buy it because it's shiny and fancy. But I'm telling you, don't buy it. Don't reward them for doing nothing. And that's what they did here. They did a whole lot of nothing. Thanks for watching, guys. Like always, subscribe to the channel. Also, go follow me on Instagram. I do more tech-related content. So if you like new products and stuff like that, Upgrade Guy Tech, I put the link right down below. See you guys later. Bye.